Hello, and welcome to a bonus episode this week of Music on the Rocks. My name is Jeff Brown. You may know I am a singer-songwriter living here in Linden, Virginia. And the story goes that in March of 2020, in a matter of days, I lost a lot of shows. I had an entire month of shows planned in Germany. I had a couple weeks planned in the UK. I had a tour planned from Virginia to Chicago and back, and just disappeared when everyone started going into quarantine and lockdown. So what I did is I looked around my house and I realized that I had a lot of whiskey that I enjoyed. I had a lot of songs that I had written and songs that I enjoyed by other people. So I decided to go through one by one, or two by two as it turns out, and played a song and drank a whiskey a week. And I did not expect it to last as long as it did, but here we are with week 83, I believe. Been doing this for a minute. Long past a year and a half, long past where I figured we would be, but I'm having a wonderful time singing and drinking, which honestly is what I would have been doing anyway, but now I get to share these moments and these whiskeys and these songs with all of you, and that makes it even more awesome, I think. So here we are. So last week we had a little bit of an issue with some illnesses and wellnesses and lack thereof of the wellnesses. So I had to skip a week, but I'm making up for you by doing 2 songs this week. And this is the second. So what we did is we went through the Wild Turkey 101 Proof Bourbon, and today I will be playing a different song and going through the Wild Turkey 101 that I have infused with a bunch of wine raspberries that I found in my yard. And as you can see, this is astonishingly red. So we'll see how it goes. But before then, I will play a song that I wrote quite some time ago and featured prominently on my most recent full-length release entitled 1000 Ways. This is a song called All for Nothing that, I gotta say, was a fine song. But then Liz, so I think she's going by Liz Luthier these days, which I'll be honest, kind of makes her sound like a cross between a music instrument maker and an evil genius, which is maybe the point. But she came on and she made this song absolutely spectacular, which is what she does. She comes and she sings, and all of a sudden, whatever you had is way cooler than it was before. So Liz, I miss you. Let's make some more music together one of these days when you're back in the States from your giant boat. And in the meantime, this is All for Nothing. And this train rolls on far away from you, and the home that it left behind is just big enough to fall through. So I stumble, 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 stumble. But it's not our time, so I don't ask why, 'cause I'll strain goodbye was all for nothing. just feels like I'm still stumbling in the dark. I stumble, 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 but it's not our time, so I don't ask why. Though I stray goodbye was all for nothing. But the words we say and games we play have flown away and return to nothing that I can say to make you change this broken state of disarray, and I hope you stay. But either way, I'm never gonna be the same. No, I'm never gonna be the same. It's cold where I am, but I stopped feeling long ago. My heart fell from my hands. Where it might have gone, I'll never know. No, I'll never know. Well, it's not our time, so I don't ask why. 'Cause I strain goodbye is all for nothing. It was all for nothing. It's all for nothing. There you go. It's been a minute since I played that song live. That was All for Nothing by my most recent, by me, from my most recent release, titled 1000 Ways. Should you be so interested in that sort of thing, it is available digitally, and it's available on CD and vinyl. It's super awesome. I will probably never release another album on vinyl again because it was very expensive and it took a really long time, but boy, it was cool when it got here. I've done it. I feel like that's all I need to do, unless, it's something happens and all of a sudden something else that I've released is widely requested on vinyl. But neither here nor there. That is an album you can get, but for the time being, we are going to go with Experiments in Infusion-based Bourbon. So, last week we did the Wild Turkey 101 proof, and I thought, what would be cool? I have a lot of these wine berries growing all over my land, so maybe I'll put a bunch of those in some Wild Turkey and see what happens. And this is what happens. I don't know what's going to happen yet, but we're going to find out together. So my friends, be well, be safe. Liz, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're singing. Of course you're singing. Cheers, my friends. Okay, it kind of smells like cough syrup, but a lot of things smell like cough syrup. Okay, it also tastes like cough syrup. Maybe this was a mistake. That's okay. We learn. This is astonishingly raspberry-y. And then it's got that kind of coating, and then it's just very alcoholic. This was not one of my smarter decisions, but that's okay. I bet someone will love this, and that someone is not me. And it's definitely not my wife, because she'll take one smell of this and she'll be like, oh my god, it's Dimetapp or Robitussin, and she's out. But yeah, so you live, you learn, you make some infusions, and some work and some don't, and this did not. Alas. What I do know is that I will see you all next week.